Hey folks, Dave the Not So Evil Viking 13 here, and welcome back to my settlement and Let's Build project here in Fallout 4. Of course, it is at Kingsport Lighthouse, as you can see. I'm here at my Minutemen Grand Statue, where I'm continuing my work on this settlement as an immigration center for my Minutemen Empire. I've been really enjoying for the last, year and a half now, I guess, creating settlements that would make sense if I were actually trying to rebuild a bit of America here in the Commonwealth in the post-apocalyptic landscape. And this lighthouse and port is where I'm going to be transporting new settlers from up and down the coast around Boston. Should fit in quite nicely with the rest of my settlements. And as you guys can see, I've been very busy. Honestly guys, I'm going to have to be pretty careful today because I've been working on so many other things around this build. I gotta watch what I'm looking at because I don't want to spoil everything. I want to have a good number of surprises left for the final tour with Joel. That's where you guys will get to see everything else. So today, I'm going to avoid the dockyard so you guys can't see some of the custom stuff I've been working on with the transportation ship and some banners and new textures and some hidden secrets. I'm going to stay away from all that. We're going to work on some administration stuff up here next to the Welcome Center. You guys can see I've got a bunch of power sources, reactors, there's the word I'm looking for. A bunch of reactors floating. That's just placeholder until I get the power network set up. But what I want to do is build a barracks here in this corner of my walled off compound as a location for all of my power sources for this naval facility and immigration center. And also, of course, being a barracks, a place for my naval soldiers to sleep. After all, you guys have seen me build. Let me turn off my workshop timer there. Most of my Minutemen gunboat here, which, yes, I still have not come up with an official name, but I'm pretty sure the design is more or less complete. Those floating cannons right there are just some of the last details I want to add to it. But yeah, seeing this is also going to be a bit of a military facility and not just an immigration center with the welcome headquarters, we're going to build an administration building right here. Before we dig into that though, you guys can see a couple of things that I've placed down over here. I want to get the boardwalk set up. This is where people are going to kind of come up from the immigration checkpoint. You'll have the option, of course, to climb the stairs right there and check out our Minutemen statue. But I want to build a park system, a boardwalk, in a nice beach style to welcome people to the Welcome Center. But before I do that, guys, I'm going to have to go delete a banner that I've placed, just because if I don't, you guys are going to see it by accident. So give me 1 second, let me delete that. There we go. The banner is hidden so you guys won't get spoiled. If you're new to how this whole thing works, I generally make a number of custom textures and banners for each build to just add some character to it, and that is the case here as well. I just don't want to spoil it for you guys. I made sure that we've got it hidden there. I'm going to be using these barn pieces as the base for my boardwalk. I'll have a few wooden steps here and there, but I want this first section to kind of just be tilted. And we'll snap some pieces as we get further into it. So like that. I've also got this vendor cart here to set up some snacks. I actually don't like it being so perfectly lined up. I'm going to tilt it this way. We'll curve the boardwalk like this. After all, I am using the Place Anywhere mod, or Place Everywhere mod. I can never remember which one it is. What's the use of that if I don't actually put it to good use and put things exactly where I want them and make them look unique? So here's where I'm going to have my first stair piece. I will actually add some snapping here. And I will show you guys how I'm going to make this work. Which options do we have for the metal stairs? Okay, that's a far too large one. Let's go to wooden stairs. We've got these big house steps, but I'll probably just use these little ones right here. Let me just place a couple of those down so I have them available. Oh, I'm down to 400 wood. Guess what, guys? I forgot to go get more shipments of wood before I started recording. I might have to go do that here if we end up running low. I'm imagining a couple of different things to help accent this park. So we're going to have the boardwalk, obviously. I also want to add the clock that I've got here. I'm going to figure out how to make that cart look nice. That food cart. And this is turning into too much of a line again, isn't it? No, it makes sense. If it's going right up to the door, I'll just move it a bit so it's not completely perfectly snapped. Also, lowering that one a bit into the sand will help add some character to it. Got some very sharp polygonal edges because of the base terrain having some sharp edges. Let's see if the wire mesh one looks good. If I add it like this. And place a base down. The grass clipping through is not really a big concern of mine. I think it actually adds to the effect. Now this corner is going to be tricky. Got a flagpole here. That bush might be a bit in the way. Let's place a stair piece like this and see how it looks. Yeah, that bush is definitely distracting, but I think that works. Got a stair like that. And I'll put a small piece of boardwalk here. And perhaps stair there as well. And we'll come off the side like this. Is all that walkable? Not quite. Let's tilt it just a bit like that. And that should come close to getting us back onto the sidewalk over here. What I'm going to do, guys, to make this actually look like a boardwalk is add some supports. Before I forget, I also need to make a path that goes this way. That'll lead to our front gate here. I'm also trying to decide what kind of trees I'm going to use. I've used new trees in just a couple of places. I used a couple at Sanctuary Hills, my original fortress sanctuary, because my excuse was we had stolen some of the plant technology from the Institute, although plants would, according to the Fallout lore, not last long out here in the elements. And I used a couple at the castle as well, with the same excuse, Institute stolen technology, before I nuked it. But here at the Immigration Center at Kingsport Lighthouse, it's been a while since the main quest events, and we're obviously going to have this be a park that we've added, you know, since the Minutemen came to power. This wouldn't have been here. We would have actually moved the statue into place, built these balconies, and this kind of decking as well. So if this is new construction, I don't know if I can actually justify using living trees this far into a build, or this far into the storyline, at least for General Dave. And this right here is going to be our medical checkup center, where if you get a medical hold, I guess, on your passport, your passbook, you have to get checked out by a Minutemen doctor before you're allowed into General Dave's controlled areas out there in the Commonwealth. Yeah, I might do dead trees, guys, just because even if I planted some stolen Institute trees in this park as we built it, they probably would have died after too long, or not too long. So yeah, I'll use some dead ones at first, and then I'll see what you guys think of it. Get some opinions on that. So, those are our boardwalk shapes. Here's how we're going to make them look convincing. Going to grab these wooden posts right here. Whew, down to 300 wood. I'll keep them relatively low. And we'll just occasionally have a post here and there. Just to make things look like they have some actual engineering to them, and they're not just snapped together workshop objects, which of course they are. Any kind of randomness that you can add to an object's placement, along with some actual supports to make it look like it's been placed there with some forethought, can really help to make things look convincing. Might just put this stair over here. think I'm about to rank up again from crafting, guys. I'm not even sure what level I'm at anymore. It's something ridiculously high. You can see the effect right there. Oh, I am going to want to rotate these. That's one thing I was forgetting, to avoid that repeating texture effect. Put one more down here. Rotate that piece of plywood just a bit. On this wall right here, I'm going to have a dedication to my Patreon backers, disguised as Minutemen heroes, just like one of my older builds. So this would be a wall that has a good amount of traffic. It would probably have an actual bit of wood planking below it, but this plywood might give the impression that maybe we got some rain and some wind and the sand kind of covered up what was there. That way we're not using the same planking for everything, but it still looks good. That plywood can just break up the repetition a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong axis. Get back up there. Almost push it right into the ground. There we are. That's what our boardwalk is looking like. We've got our little food cart here. I guess this could probably use a platform of some kind. Let me see what I can come up with. This would be where vendors can sell some food literally right off the boats as they come in. Tilt that just slightly. There's our vendor cart on the boardwalk. I like it, guys. Got our central clock. That's adding a lot of visual interest to what was just a sandy, you know, cool looking but simple hillside overlooking the dockyard. Might place just a couple more of these lights. Got that one right there. Lights do hit the FPS pretty hard, and I do still have a little bit left to detail here, so I don't want to go too crazy on lights just yet. But I'll place a few more along the boardwalk. Those are the modded ones. The ones I've been using are actually official DLC lights. They fit in quite well. And again, all of the floating power sources are going to be removed before the build is finished. Wrong axis. Nope, 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 nope. Those power lines are just there with the floating reactors until I build my central building to house the reactor. Yeah, there it is. Can I link it to this one instead? Okay, I can. It's less power lines to clean up once I delete that floating reactor. I'm gonna not power up that street light. Save on some FPS, although I am locked at 30 right now. So here's what I want to add to finish off our boardwalk, guys. I'm gonna add some of these nice wooden fences, which again is gonna destroy my wood supply. I want to add some trees too. That might do even worse things for my wood supply. Landscaping, small trees, miscellaneous, some fallen logs. Oh yeah. Forgot about this really cool signpost dealio. Could really get a nice sign going here. If I scrap this tree, that'll get me 30 wood as well. Make room for our sign. Yeah. I'll put a sign there for sure. Anyway, back to the trees. Don't want to go placing any grass. Any more bushes like this. Where's all this stuff? I'll make a quick save, seeing that stuff's not loading, which makes me nervous that I'm headed for a crash of some kind. Okay. Let me check under SKE landscaping. Okay, that's gonna be Northland Diggers once again. Big trees. Cool. They do have the dead ones in here as well. Here and there. I don't feel like a gigantic one fits very well. This being right on the coast. Yeah, let's stick to some small dead trees. Again, as if we had tried to plant some of the Institute's trees and they had died of exposure out here. There we go. Under Homemaker, we should have some of the smaller ones. Yes, indeed. Whew, 15 wood per placement. What's the smallest one? This one? That's still quite large. I don't know if I like the dead trees, guys. But adding even more of the living ones, like I mentioned, might be pushing the lore a little bit too much. Let me know what you guys think. As I line some up down the boardwalk here to make it look like it's actually placed there on purpose. Why are these all so tall? Ooh, down to 185 wood. That's what our boardwalk looks like with the dead trees. When they're lined up, it actually kind of works. add one more to this side. Rip wood supply. I'll have to give that some thought. Also got this pathway here. Footpath. What did I do before? Place everywhere for getting things where I wanted. I remember doing this by hand. Pixel by pixel, guys, trying to get things lined up. It was not pretty at all. Just gonna add a couple of these stones. Maybe I won't, though. Those are actually kind of distracting. I like the sand effect. With just the wood. Yeah, let's keep it simple, guys. And I'll add just a couple of rocks. Probably some park benches. Hey, I've got plenty of concrete at least. Let's not grab that. Whatever that was. Okay, I'm going to place the park benches next, just so I know where they are before I start placing those wooden fences. Those are huge park benches. Tell you what, guys, I'm gonna add a few extra platforms. I'll use warehouse wood for those, so we can place some park benches. I'll do one. Oh, that was warehouse wood. I'll use barn wood then again. See, we use the warehouse down here. And then some supports. On the back side right here. That one post is way too high. Most of these are, actually. That'll give us room for that park bench. Now we can get one here. Great view of the statue and the ocean. And the lighthouse, which you guys might notice. Nope, you can't see it from here. Well, it's working. Take my word for it. Thanks to a mod. It is powered up once again. Where else would a park bench be good? I do need to extend the walkway a bit to make room for this, but I think that'll work. And a park bench facing out into the Commonwealth. I like it. Need to place a couple of those supports, and then I'm gonna have to go and get some more wood. Probably some steel while I'm at it. Support there, support here. I know I'm gonna need probably 2 supports over here as well. Place a few more right here. Yeah, let's use the barn floor piece like this one right here to extend this over. No. We'll just use the single tile one. Just needed the one post after all. Do a quick save. I think I know which railing piece I want to use. I really like the ones I've used up here at the top of the statue. The G2M ones, I believe. Let's see. G2M, construction, wood, stair, I think, has them. The very end. Yep. There we are. Will they snap? They will. I'll scoot it a bit. Does anyone else need railings? Let's see. Just that, just a tiny bit. Maybe just 2 sections right there. Again, I'll add a little bit of randomness. Scale set to 90%. Nope, 100% please. Hit the wrong button. There we go. Cool. Alright guys. I'm gonna go grab some wood. We're gonna add those wooden fences, and then the park will be completely, well, complete. So after you pass out of your immigration area that we built last time, you'll come up these stairs. The gate to the military section of the gates there. There'll be some banners and some very impressive lighting, as you can see. You'll march up the stairs like this. There will not be a floating reactor. And then you'll be in the park and boardwalk area, leading right to the Welcome Center. Okay, I'm gonna go grab those shipments of supplies, and you guys take a good look at this shot right here and tell me if those dead trees work, even for a park that was built by the Minutemen. How hard would we have fought to keep those Institute stolen trees alive is the question. I'll be right back. And we're back after I've grabbed some caps from all my settlements that are constantly earning thousands and thousands of caps without me, thanks to all their stores. And I grabbed a bunch of shipments of wood and steel from a bunch of vendors and dropped them at the nearest settlement. Actually, is the lighthouse not lit up? Oh, I must not have the mod installed on this computer. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, we should have several thousand wood and steel to work with once again. And look at this, my Minutemen soldiers are already enjoying the park without me. Look at that new texture on this cart. It really stands out. Yeah. I like it. It just, again, really stands out. I might edit this texture myself and just add some wear and grime to it. Looks like it's fresh out of the museum or something. Okay, so where did I leave off? We finished the boardwalk itself. Got the support post. We've got the trees. We've got the benches. The wooden fences, right? That's where we left off, I think. Yeah. And while I'm at it, I'm going to take a good look at this memorial wall. Because let's look at concrete. Let's check wood though, make sure that my settlement actually got that supply. Yes, there we go. Let's check out concrete floors. Place a concrete floor down here as a base for the Minutemen monument. I might put some like tokens, maybe some teddy bears and lit candles for the fallen Minutemen, stuff like that. Again, that's going to be a honorary wall for my Patreon backers. Marble black. Yeah, that one actually fits. Turn off snapping and surface snapping. Just gonna line that up like so. And place our flags onto it. I won't be detailing the actual memorial wall here in the Let's Build video because that's part of what I want to save for the final tour. I just wanted to show you guys what I was going to do with that little ledge to make it a legit, almost Vietnam War Memorial style memorial wall. I'll be projecting the textures onto that. Next we're going to go to Homemaker. Under settlement keywords extended, structures, fences, no, HM fences, miscellaneous barriers, I believe. That's cool, we got the construction cones, or barriers, not cones. There we are. Let's put down some of these beach style fences. And I'll see if they have snapping available for them. Nope, no snapping, that's okay. I actually don't like that straight one being right there. I'll use the wavy one instead. I'm going to lean it back even though all the fence sections are lined up. There we go, that works well as a barrier to keep people from crossing into the non-walkways. This probably is not going to do good things for my AI pathfinding in this area, but I think it's going to look cool. Should I put one here as well? Yeah, I'll just rotate it slightly and do it like that. Cool, cool. Guys, that might be our completed boardwalk. Very cool to see our soldiers already enjoying the sights. Okay. Let's look at our time here. Oh, wow. That took, well, quite a while. Especially with that supply run for me in real life. Or at least my time in real life having to go get those supplies. But I think we have time to lay the foundation at least for the barracks. Go under structures. That's homemaker, wood structures, homemaker. Oh, there we go, brick buildings. So I'm going to use a similar style to the barracks that I built way back in the castle. I'm going to use the brick building template. Just looking at all my options here. It's going to be a rather straightforward government style building. What is this going to house? Some basic barracks rooms. It might be two-story though. Naval administration maybe. I don't think I have a whole lot of extra FPS to spend on this building because I still have some detailing to do in the lighthouse and on both of the ships. And in the house too, actually, and the doctor's office. Yeah, this building might not end up being wildly detailed, guys, just because I want to spend my frame rate elsewhere. I've got a, not a hard limit, but a general limit of I don't want my settlements to go below 30 FPS because I do like to come by and visit them occasionally. And the closer you are to 30, or even below it, the more likely you are of getting a crash. And I am going to have to raise it quite a bit off the ground, as you can see, to deal with the slope and all the bushes. I think I can make that work though. And put our entrance over here. Let's see what we can do with the brick walls now. Ah, we could even use the clapboard siding like the house has. But no. I'm going to stick with the brick. Yep, level 110. There it is. That'll be our grand entranceway. It is snapping over the edge. That's annoying. Oh well. Just trying a few things out here, guys, with our different pieces. So this could be a back door, I think. That's our corner piece. Is that brick on both sides? Oh yeah, I gotta watch which way is inside. Oh, here we go. Get this fancy corner piece here. Look at that. Would that fit well? Huh. I got the resources. Let's place it and see. That might look cool. I'll place it. We'll play with it. Again, kind of low on time already, so I won't be finishing this structure today. I will talk about this structure's origins, though. This would most likely be one that we as the Minutemen would have already found here. Perhaps it was a administration building for, I don't know, tourism at the lighthouse or something. This would be a tougher one to build for sure. Place walls first, they stack, the instructions say. Let's move that wall out some. That's more like it. So there is our first floor. Got a few clipping issues there. I'll watch for those. That's definitely room for an entranceway, a barracks section. I might not need a second floor, and the question is, will this structure take up too much attention from the lighthouse and the main house if it's, you know, a two-story mammoth structure? Again, I just made the resource run, so I've kind of got the resources to just experiment. I might try adding a roof and seeing how it looks. There's our stairs. Got these big stairs for out front too. Gonna need 2 sets of them though. Got some balconies. There's the full stairs. Make sure snapping's on. Talking about not wanting to spend too much of my FPS on this structure, and yet now I'm talking about turning it into a gigantic multi-story structure. What am I doing? From what I remember, these pieces have a odd amount of snap options. Like they really have too many snap points. You can get them misaligned so easily because instead of snapping in units of, I think the base game is like 16. That has no collision. Instead of snapping in units of 16, these snap in units of like 64. So you can have them just a tiny bit off and not realize it until you end up on the other side of the structure you're trying to build and you realize you're just the equivalent of like a few inches off of what you were hoping to snap to. That may not be the case here, though. That looks good. And burning through my concrete finally. Do I even need this much room is the next question. Not convinced that I do. Yeah, see right there, guys? That weird snap. That's what I was talking about. I think these all need to shift this way a tiny bit. I'll just use manual snapping tools and get this lined up better. Shift everything over with place everywhere for these small cracks drive me crazy. Yep, I see just a little bit of flickering. Come on, snap to the floor, not the wall. There we go. I guess we could also not have the floor cover the entire building. Like the second floor could just be maybe 2/3 of the total surface area of the first floor. How would that look? So we would... Where's the rooftop pieces? Perhaps make this section a roof. Like that. I'll just have to do this one manually because it does not fit that piece. Oh, I am now stuck in the corner. Perfect. Through the wall I go. Okay. Yeah, alright, this might work. If I do this floor piece like this, that can be where our stairs come up. No, like this. There we are. Again, look at that. It's like ½ an inch off. There we go. Why do these pieces have so many snap points? Okay, that line's actually better to have there. The wall should hide it. I'll put a rooftop piece here as well. And then down here, as I fall through the floor, because I'm not paying attention. How would this stairwell work best? So it would need to have a half piece. We have those right here. What did that even snap to? Nothing. Yeah, guys, that could work. Could even extend this out with, where's the rectangular pieces, like this. I'm just going to get rid of that one odd wall section for simplicity's sake. Okay, it's probably time to make a save. I'm thinking I'll have the reactor in like a back corner here, perhaps under the stairs. Now, where could the reactor room go? Maybe upstairs. Ooh, the reactors could be out on the rooftop, and the Minutemen could have built metal shielding over them. Okay, that's a possibility. So for now, to finish out today's Let's Build episode, just because again we're low on time, let me just add the second floor walls and we'll see how things look from there. Put some double windows over there. But beyond that, I think we're going to keep things rather simple. Where is that even snapping to? Come on, guys. Okay. How about over there? That's more like it. I'll just come back to that corner, seeing it's going to be difficult. There we go. That's closer to what I was looking for. Again, I'm probably using some of these pieces incorrectly. Snap onto the wall. Or is that snapping onto the floor? Just look at it from the outside. Oh, that's fine. That's actually lined up. And it's this one that's wrong. Get on there. This is my first time building a two-story brick building using this tile set from Homemaker, I believe it was. And it's neat so far. I like it. This building set definitely fits well with 2 stories. Okay, I'm just gonna do this manually, perhaps. If I snap like that, what I'm actually trying to do is this. That one weird little gap was messing with the snapping. So now let's go down. Sorry if you guys are getting dizzy at this point. Oh, I think we have a corner we can use for these. Doesn't look perfect, but hides the gap somewhat. Why is the texture a different color? I don't even know. This might look cooler without this corner piece. Might make it look more more military if it was just totally squared off in the corner. That's another opinion question where I'm going to ask you guys. Should I remove that corner and do the same angle? Well, that's not a good description. Should I remove this rounded corner and make it angled like the second floor? Make it a very squared off brick administration building? Or does the rounded off corner give it some Fallout character? Let me know what you guys think. I want that rooftop access, but looking at my floor pieces, I've got to work my way over to it first. Here. If I remove that, now it snaps. Look at that. Okay, that looks good. Although I do want a windowed wall piece right there. Right there. Some of these walls are actually getting in the way of snapping. There's one. Come on, seal up where you belong. I saw it. There we are. That just leaves this piece right here. There we go. Now I can place the rooftop floors back. Like so. There's that one. There's that one. So yeah, I'm thinking about putting the reactors out here on the rooftop, but covered in shielding. Perhaps some that was built there originally by whoever built this building back in the pre-war days. Then the shielding could have been augmented by the Minutemen. That begs the question, what do the rooftops look like? Oh, I'm gonna have to do something a little bit weird, I think, guys. Because these are invisible from underneath, I'll have to add an interior roof as well. Honestly, guys, I think these flat rooftops fit the best for this style building. The angled ones are just too much Art Deco for a military style building, or if it was built before the war, which I... Alright, missing floor piece. Which, if it was built before the war... Seriously? I'm just going to keep falling into that stupid missing floor piece. Let me just replace it. What was I going on about? Oh, the roof style. Yeah. I imagine a military style flat roofed brick structure would be the exact kind of thing that would be built as cheaply as possible. Plus, this one's not invisible underneath. There's always a plus. Yeah, that is almost gap free. I'm like 1/64th of a unit off somewhere. If I didn't know better, I'd say that the modder that made Homemaker messed with these units just to mess with our heads. What is this even snapping to? Okay. As I fall into the stairwell, fix the flickering here. And let's save things. I'll go into free cam You guys tell me what you think. That's what we're looking at for the administration building. Possibly built to accompany the lighthouse. That's a interesting shape of a building, as it turned out. Oh yeah, missing one roof piece right there. Hopefully we can get rid of our floating reactors here soon. I'm kind of liking how this building looks. I might remove that overhang on the second floor because, yeah, it's kind of distracting. That one right there. I think the rest fits in, guys. Okay, well, I'm going to stop there for today because I've asked you guys enough questions that I want to get some feedback on. Let me know what you think of our Minutemen park. I'm quite happy with that, I've got to say. Yeah, you guys decide, dead trees or some living trees. And let's also hear about how this administration structure is coming together. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.